Today we're talking about the scariest morning after phone call you can ever get, and we're talking about date rape, guys. Lee, Berlin, Oklahoma's only private attorney that dedicates himself exclusively just to these types of cases. I'm gonna be honest with you, date rape part of it sounds bad, but the date part of it, well, that sounds fun. But let me tell you, date rape will get you 5 to frickin' life. It's scary as a heart attack. This stuff right here, guys, I don't even know why they call it date rape. The truth is, it's first-degree rape every time. I was wondering who put that together. It's got to be some guy that was convicted of date rape that calls it date rape, because there's nothing that's fun or nice about this. I'll tell you how I most often see it. This is a buyer's remorse type offense. Guys, chances are you've gone out on a date with a gal that's way above your pay grade. You're breathing oxygen you shouldn't be breathing. This gal is amazing, way outside of your league. And for whatever reason, she's got an affinity for you tonight. You're making her laugh, there's a connection there. I don't know if it's the alcohol, I don't know what it is that's flowing. But one thing leads to another, and you guys have sex. The next morning, she has the "what the F did I just do last night?" I never would have done that but for. And then that's when it starts. Maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's a text, maybe it's one of your buddies or girlfriends that are calling up saying, "What happened with Sally last night? What happened with Karen last night? Were you guys together?" Chances are you're probably still hungover, or maybe you're basking in that afterglow of, "I can't believe, maybe my game's changing. Maybe, now I'm a little bit older, I've got some money, I have a nicer car, a nicer house. Things are finally starting to turn the corner." All those things my mom told me all those years when I was in elementary school and high school and I didn't have a girlfriend, maybe it's all finally come together. Only to find out that this gal, this person that you thought might be page 1 of the next chapter of your life, is saying that she never would have done this but for either A, you forced her to, B, she was unconscious, C, she was drunk, D, you dosed her with something. We had a real connection. I never would do something. If she had said no, or I thought for a second that she did not want to be a part of that experience, I never would have done that. Well, she's singing a different tune, guys. And when people see the two of you together, oh man, a lot of them are going to think there's no way in hell that gal would sleep with that guy. Now's not the time to raise your hand and say, "I've got something to say to anyone." Now's the time to keep your mouth shut, because you're looking at a first-degree rape charge. And they're going to say, guys, that you did it either out of force or fear, that you did it because you loaded her up with a bunch of intoxicants, okay? Your whole plan was to get her drunk or get her high, so much so that she could not consent to the sex. We don't see this a lot in the date rape cases, okay? Because most of the time, guys, when you're going out with a gal, you're going to know she's under the age of 14. Mental capacity, that's always possible. Okay? So especially if it's on a blind date. You don't know if the person that you're with, maybe they have a spectrum disorder and they're somewhere on the spectrum. Maybe they're not the sharpest tool in the shed. You just think that maybe they had a couple puffs before they showed up to the date. Maybe that's why they're a little bit slow. And it turns out they actually suffer from some type of mental disease or defect. It's a stretch, guys, but it could still happen. And then the unconscious one. Okay? I put that one at the bottom because we see that one more often than we should. And that's where the person says, "I was actually unconscious at the time. And I woke up and the person was having sex with me. And I was in and out of consciousness. And I didn't want it to happen. I did not consent to it to happen." Well, guess what, guys? If she's unconscious, it doesn't matter about consent, because she doesn't have the capacity to consent because she's unconscious anyway. Okay? I don't like this term. Maybe, I don't know why they try to put a soft, kind of a clever spin on anything other than what this is. This is some gal or some guy saying that the reason that they had sex with you last night was because you either forced them to, you scared the shit out of them, you got them drunk or high to the point that they could not consent legally, that they suffered from some type of mental disease or defect, or that they're freaking unconscious. And now, as that person is telling that story, they are building a case against you right now. And all you did was have consensual sex with a ready, willing, able, legal participant. But now she's embarrassed. She doesn't like the fact that she had sex with you last night. It reflects poor judgment she sees on her part. So it's easier to make up a story. I'll tell you guys, yeah, maybe she had some bad intentions when she told it, but maybe she was just telling her friends. Maybe they were giving her a hard time or whatever. And like we see with a lot of the kids out there that make these false allegations about dads, stepdads, boyfriends, stuff like that, they don't understand really the nature and consequences of what they're doing when they crack rape and what is about to happen. But once they do, boom, they push start on the guilt machine, and that massive engine's coming at you. So don't think that because we put a nice, pretty name on it, that you can treat it like it's nice and pretty. This thing's coming at you at about 1,100 meters per second, 98.5 pounds, high explosive. You don't want to be anywhere near this thing when it lands. So guys, keep your mouth shut and your head down. When you hear this, pick up the phone, call me. If you're still a little scared and you're not really ready to pick up the phone, call me, because let's just be honest, anytime you say, this gal's accusing me of rape, there is a jump to conclusion by almost everyone that hears it. If you're not ready to make that, please at least get one of our books or one of our consumer guys to help you through the process. Do what you're doing right now. Watch some more of these other videos. Get armed, get educated. And once you feel strong enough, pick up the phone, call us, and let's set that initial emergency meeting to get you on the footing that you need to start to create that foundation that you need for the defense in the house that you need for the next 6, 12, 18 months as we go through this. Keep your mouth shut, your head down, pick up the phone, read the materials, and maybe, just maybe, we can keep you the hell out of prison. Guys, try and keep one fella out of prison today, one video at a time. I gotta hope it's not you. Till next one.